All right, hi, what's up, people, and what's going on? Because look. Here's the thing: we had a Saturday show in AEW, which you could say was presented to be the next stop on the path to AEW's All In stuff. The summer series and stuff. Where this tonight's episode of AEW Collision was broadcast on TNT. From the Esports Stadium in Arlington, Texas, and stuff. And yeah, from looks of it, yeah, it looks like they do shows pretty often there and stuff. So yeah, what started off with the show was that you get Darby Allin and Hologram versus the premier athletes right here. And the thing about this match right here, it was like very decent because what you could say is that Hologram had a really creative offense in the thing with this match right here, along with Darby Allin and stuff. Because it was pretty funny and cool how like they were just being thrown off the top ropes and stuff. You know, where where we have right here, Josh Woods just shoved Hologram into the corner and stuff with Nessie just tagging in. But just Hologram just hits an arm drag on Nessie and stuff before Darby grabbed a tag, and he and Hologram overwhelmed Nessie with the flurry of offensive moves and stuff. With Nigel saying that it's this is great synergy for a new team and stuff. And yeah, just like I said, like Hologram, he's really unique in a way. Like he has a really unique standard and stuff. And also, I like the color of his gear and stuff. The black, gray, and green and stuff. That is pretty cool. Even though I would have preferably used red and stuff. But anyway, yeah, I think Sterling also grabbed Darby's ankle from the outside on the ring and stuff with Woods, just taking advantage of the distraction, just, that Sterling created with the German suplex on Darby before Woods dumped Darby with the backbreaker lariat combination stuff. Yeah, I think like somewhere around this match is where like Hologram got stuck in a 1-on-2 situation and stuff right there, and he was actually pulling it off right there. He was actually fighting two at the same time right there. The premier athletes, you could say, with Tony Nese and Josh Woods, with Mark Sterling and Area Daivari involved right there and stuff, and that's so yeah, and that's that right there. So yeah, you could say that Nese smelled blood in the water and tagged his partner right there in the situation with Nese cradling Darby for a near fall before, we also have Darby fighting his way out of the opposition's corner, just making the tag to Hologram and stuff before, Hologram spiked Woods with the DDT right there and followed up with the rising knee strike. That's the thing I got to tell you. I like the DDT. That's one of my favorite moves because that's where they hold on to the neck and just swing around them and stuff. Because I've noticed wrestlers that have been doing that pretty often lately and stuff. Because that's how it works. The DDT. That's awesome. That's a really awesome move. Because Hologram did a really good performance right here in the situation right here. As we get, Sterling interfering again with the situation, we have him grabbing Hologram's ankle from the ring apron and stuff before, we get Darby coming to Hologram's aid with the coffin drop from the outside and stuff. As, Hologram managed to take down Woods with the crucifix pin and scored the 1-2-3 and stuff. And that pretty much counts as Hologram having 4 wins and 0 losses right there. Oh, yep, I see you got a comment. Yep. Good morning to you, Lauren. Yep. I like the good morning you did right there. That's good. I really appreciate it. That's a nice comment right there and stuff. Yep. Yep. My morning's turning out pretty fine right now because like the reason why I'm doing this live stream like real early than usual because I managed to have some time off with this thing. That's what's going on right now, which is good. Because like later on, like after this Sunday, I should be able to do a review on MLW's show, on the MLW shows, because that was pretty much the idea. Yeah, that was pretty much the idea, you could say. Yeah, Collision like early on, and then MLW later on. That was pretty much the idea from like last night and stuff. So yeah. Right here is the Texas Bull Rope match and stuff. We have Thunder Rosa, versus the Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo and stuff before. We get Thunder Rosa just connecting with 2 lariats and a sit out at Santon and stuff before, she grounded and pounded Deonna and stuff with the Virtuosa, leaving the ring. But, Thunder Rosa managed to yank the rope and pull Deonna hard into the ring and stuff, where the apron was at, back into the apron and stuff before, Thunder Rosa whipped Deonna Purrazzo into the steel ring steps and stuff. Yep, it is good. I can tell you that. What thing I like about this match is that it was 8 minutes or so. Like it wasn't a swash. Because I mean, yeah, this show had some swashes, but this women's match wasn't, because I've been noticing that there's been a bunch of swash matches in the women's division, because just like a friend said, that they really do need more time, you could say. They really do. And that's the thing right there. So yeah, we get Diana gaining control of the cowbell, you could say, before clocking Thunder Rosa in the head with it, drawing first blood, going back into the ring with Thunder Rosa just pulling Diana off the top rope and onto the pile of steel chairs that Diana had brought into the ring and stuff. With Thunder Rosa drop kicking Diana in the face and stuff, sandwiching her between the turnbuckles in a steel chair and stuff. Yep, and that stuff. Before, we also get Diana just managing to put Thunder Rosa in the Tree of Woe and the turnbuckles as well. Where we have, Diana just spearing Thunder Rosa right there as well, who had been tangled upside down in the corner right there and stuff. And yeah, also right here, Diana powerbombed Thunder Rosa and followed up with the gotcha style pile driver. But, just Thunder Rosa managed to kick out at the 2 count right there and stuff. And also, like, one thing I want to say about the match with the hologram and Darby Allin is that Darby Allin had some like really good timing and stuff. Yeah, that's also a thing right there. Yeah, the women's division need more competitors as well, because that's just like what happened in that game, AEW Fight Forever. They didn't have very options. There wasn't that many female character options in the Fight Forever video game, and that's why I found that video game lacking and stuff. Also, that game had bugs as well. It was just, ugh, it was just, oh my gosh, So anyway, we get where was I? Oh yeah, that's right. Diana putting Thunder Rosa on the table in the ring and whipping her with the bull rope and stuff before, Diana climbed up the turnbuckles, but Thunder Rosa met her up there and just smashed Diana through the table with an avalanche bulldog before, we have Thunder Rosa planting Diana with a shoulder breaker and scoring the pinfall victory right there and stuff. So, yep. So I guess that's where Thunder Rosa managed to win the match right there. Yeah, you could tell like, she had like blood all over her face and stuff. And yeah, and both Diana Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa, they were backstage, giving their comments and stuff, like sometime around the show and stuff after this match right here. Because yeah, they were really worn out, you could say. So yep. And yeah, there's times where Thunder Rosa speaks in Spanish because yeah, she knows Spanish. That's the thing. Because yeah, regarding the name Thunder Rosa, which stuff because you may notice that one thing that Thunder Rosa has in her face is the makeup style of the was it Cinco de Mayo, the Day of the Dead. I'm pretty sure that's what it translates to. And stuff, Los Muertos, which means the dead. Yeah, that's that right there. So anyway, another thing we got was FTR, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler versus the Outrunners, with Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum and stuff. And yeah. And I gotta say, I think Dax Harwood, he really put some strength in this one from how I saw it. Like, yeah, he really gave him some good slaps, you could say. Like, I thought it was pretty decent. Dax Harwood had some really good muscle in here, from the FTR. He's the guy with the mustache and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I wish honestly this match right here, I really wish it was longer because I really wish it was. That's the thing is this match wasn't that long, you say. So yeah, where do I go? What was it? Yeah, the Truth right here knocked down Cash with the shoulder tackle and then posed and stuff. Well, before we have Cash firing back with a shoulder tackle of his own and then flexing that right there. Before we have the Outrunners smashing Cash with the double elbow drop, with Cash tagging out to Dax, and you have he and Cash just rolling the ring and stuff, knocking both Outrunners over the top rope with the clotheslines and stuff, which was happening and all that. And, like some people were commenting that the Outrunners were going for a 1980s style. So yeah. So yeah, and another thing is that like a friend of mine said that like she understood the DMD, Mercedes, Paige, Harley, Thunder, Nanala, Rose, they usher most of female talent to Ring of Honor. Which yeah, I guess that does make sense. Yeah, that actually does. They do usher a lot of talent. Most of the female talent to Ring of Honor. Yeah, that actually does. If you think about it, yeah, that is true. So anyway, what we got here is Truth knocking down Cash with a shoulder tackle and posing and stuff, like I said earlier. And what we had next on, with FTR versus the Outrunners was Dax chopping down Truth with a big lariat with Dax dumping Turbo on his head with the 5 consecutive German suplexes in a row. I like how he did that right there. That was pretty cool. He was just repeatedly using the German suplexes just again and again and stuff. That was pretty good. You could even hear the sound of the ring floor just going off and stuff. The slamming noises and stuff, as we have FTR pumping the brakes on Turbo with the Shatter Machine and picking up the win and stuff. So yeah, and that's where the FTR managed to beat the Outrunners right there. And I'm pretty sure I even saw the Outrunners. They were even against the guardrails outside the match. Like they were like what? It was just damn. It was some pretty good stuff. It delivered. This stuff delivered. I can tell you. So yeah, not only that, we also had Lexi Nair being backstage to interview Kip Sabian with, Kip Sabian, quoting, this is more than about me and stuff. This is about the father and stuff. Before we also have the AEW Trios champion Nick Wayne interrupting Kip Sabian and stuff. And not only that, we have Roosh versus Preston Vance happening afterwards, Yeah, also, yep. And another thing, just like I said with Ring of Honor earlier, is that Ring of Honor has been lacking very a lot lately with their YouTube channel because they don't upload their stuff on time. And that's why I had a little bit of difficulty with my other video talking about Ring of Honor's show and stuff. Like I was like thinking, man, like they didn't show everything. That's the thing. Like they didn't show enough of the matches. They didn't show enough of the backstage stuff. Like it's like who is running the YouTube channel? That was my question right there. Like what is going on with Ring of Honor? That's the thing. So anyway, so yeah, what we have with Roosh and Preston Vance was Don Callis, watching from backstage and stuff. As we also, as we also have like Preston planting Roosh with the spine buster and stuff as that, and just like someone told me that there has to be more female talent on the Rampage Collision as well and stuff. Yeah, and that's another thing right there, which also makes sense, yeah. So that's that. So another thing is we had, what was it? Roosh grabbing Preston and whipping him into the guardrails outside the ring and stuff. Is Roosh battered Preston with chops and then chomped on, Preston's forehead stuff before going back in the ring with Preston, just rocking Roosh with the disgust lariat as Preston charged at Roosh and stuff. Before you have Roosh just countering with the suplex right there, just launching Preston into the turnbuckles as, Roosh just smoked Preston with the bull's horns and stuff and he managed to pin Preston right there and stuff. And yeah, that's where Roosh managed to win the match right there compared to the match. Anyway, so yeah. So yeah, I guess like some people could say that TK is slacking on Ring of Honor and stuff. Because yeah, Ring of Honor, they need to check on their YouTube channel more often because it's like we look at a show, but they don't upload their stuff on time. Like I had a really hard time with my other video, like I said. Like what the heck? What's up with that? So basically, after this match with Roosh and Preston Vance and stuff, we get Don Callis smiling backstage as Roosh picked up another victory here in AEW and stuff. Not only that, Roosh managed to smash Preston Vance with the bull's horns again, as the referees ran down to prevent Roosh from inflicting any more punishment on Preston because the match was already over. That's the thing right there. It was already over, you could say. So yeah. So another thing was the Open Challenge Eliminator match where we have the AEW champion Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana versus the Stone Pitbull Tomohiro Ishii. And I gotta say, this was one of my two favorite matches, along with the one with Darby Allin and Hologram and stuff. Because yeah, I'm really good. They're making use out of Hologram because Hologram he made his debut not too long ago facing Gringo Loco, which is pretty funny if you translate it because I can actually translate Gringo Loco for you guys. It means white guy crazy. White guy crazy. That's what Gringo Loco is supposed to translate to. So what you're telling me is that you had Hologram versus white guy crazy. Like okay. I mean, I guess that works too. Yeah. And Hologram, of course, I mean, won that match because it was his debut match. And That's what I like about Hologram. He has like a really unique characteristic. That's the thing. So yeah, anyway, how we start things off with Swerve and Ishii is that yeah, they did give Tomohiro Ishii a pretty good entrance and stuff. Like how he walked into the stage and stuff and came up to the ring and stuff, and he really went at it with the Swerve Strickland. And also, as a matter of fact, he really did some good moves on Swerve Strickland. He just slammed his back pretty hard, like repeatedly. 'Cause, yeah, like Swerve like took some really good hits, and Swerve still managed to win that one because how that started off was Swerve just pulling out a quick drop kick on Ishii before the champ was cool and stuff, calm and collected there before Ishii knocked down Swerve with a shoulder tackle, where Swerve also fired off forearms, but it's just Ishii didn't budge right there because yeah, Ishii has like that endurance, really good endurance and stuff. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, we get Swerve switching strategies on the fly and stuff and nailing Ishii with a side suplex before Swerve took flight. Vaulting over the top rope, flipping and landing on Ishii on the arena floor and stuff. As we have Ishii superplexing Swerve for a near fall and stuff. Before we also have Swerve eating a lariat for Ishii and stuff as Swerve also face planted Ishii for a 2 count and stuff, and Ishii just staggered the champ with the headbutt and stuff. Before we also have Swerve rallying back with the headbutt and brainbuster for a near fall. As Ishii also ducked the house call and run to Swerve with the lariat and stuff before showing his fighting spirit, you could say. As we also have Swerve putting an end to Ishii's momentum with the double foot stomp right there. I gotta say, like from the looks of that, the double stomp was pretty effective, you could say. So yeah. Anyway, we got Swerve connecting with the house call out of nowhere and pinning Ishii right there and stuff. And yeah, that's where Swerve managed to win right there. So yeah, that right there. So yeah, that pretty much. So yeah, due to Swerve Strickland beating Tomohiro Ishii, that will lead right up to him facing Wheeler Yuta and stuff, and then Bryan Danielson next, I'm sure, and stuff. Because yeah, just like I said earlier in the other show, like what would happen if Bryan Danielson were to have lost against, that other dude, Jeff Jarrett? Like who would Swerve be fighting then in that situation? That was one of my questions right there, and stuff. And not only that, there was also this one thing. Yeah, it is very effective. Like the way he just hopped right up and landed on Ishii right there. That was, yeesh. Man, like I do not want to end up like that because, oh my gosh, because I started to understand why a friend of mine couldn't be able to make it as a wrestler because there was a friend of mine who spent like 3 years, practicing wrestling, and it turned out pretty rough for him. Like I probably shouldn't give out his name and stuff. So yeah, it was possible that Jeff Jarrett would have, won that match against Bryan Danielson as well. But yeah, Bryan Danielson managed to win anyway. Stuff and yeah, also yeah, you could say Jeff Jarrett went pretty hard on him. Stuff and yeah. So yeah, what else was there? Claudio Castagnoli being backstage with strong words for AEW Continental Champion the Rainmaker. Kazuchika Okada, having to face for for Dynamite and stuff. So yeah, that's the thing, going face to face on each other for Wednesday on Dynamite and stuff. Is we also have Lexi Nair interviewing Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway in the ring and stuff. And that stuff where we had, I guess, like Lexi had breaking news, which is supposed to be an official challenge being issued for All In 0 Hour, where it'd be Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii against Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway and stuff. I guess no, not Stokely. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, that was the decision right there and stuff. So yeah, I guess that's where Statlander and Ishii managed to work things out right there as friends, I guess you could say. Where we also have Lexi and Air being backstage with Top Flight, Dante and Darius Martin, Lila Gray and Action Andrade and stuff. Where we have the MXM collection showing up and insulting them as well before Action Andrade told him that talk was cheap, and he also wanted to issue a challenge and stuff. Where Mansoor declined and stuff, saying that he broke a nail in his last match, so he was not cosmetically cleared to compete that night and stuff. Where we also have Leah Rush walking onto the set with a message from Tony Khan saying next week it's Top Flight against the MXM collection on Collision and stuff right there. So yeah, that's going to be after the Dynamite right there. and stuff. Is what we also had up next was a squash match with Hikaru Shida and Elia James and stuff. Where Shida hit a German suplex on James and stuff. As Shida followed up with a swinging neckbreaker on the mat and stuff, and then cracked Elia James with a knee strike, and Shida just landed the Falcon Arrow and pinned Elia James in a decisive fashion and stuff. Before we get Tony Schiavone just saying that Shida was very aggressive tonight, more than usual and stuff, and that it actually did look pretty aggressive, you could say. And not only that, there was also a talk with who was it? There was also a talk with Jim Ross and Bryan Danielson right there, because also, yeah, you could tell that Jim Ross is getting up in age. Yeah, he is. You could say so. Yeah, right there. Yeah, Jim Ross sitting down in an interview with American Dragon Bryan Danielson right there. So that Bryan Danielson saying that when he was signed 24 years ago, he was like, whoa, here we are 24 years later again and stuff, and Bryan Danielson's going to end his career in that and stuff, and it's also an honor to be there with Jim Ross and stuff. As he looks back at all his stuff and feels like there's been moments that he'll just never understand. You could say before we have, he's asking for opportunities. He's had 4 opportunities, you could say, to win the AEW World Championship before, and if you asked him before that, each time he would have said that he's ready, from what Bryan Danielson was saying and stuff. And then, not only that, each time he's failed, from what he said as well. But the interesting thing is that each time he failed, he learned something about himself, and that would be like 25 years in wrestling right there. And he thinks mentally that he's the best that he's ever been and stuff, and while also being mentally strong and stuff in his career and all of that. So not only that, we have Lexi Nair also interviewing Hikaru Shida backstage and stuff. Oh, I'll say sorry, I got a little bit confused. Yeah, it could have been possible to have Jeff Jarrett versus Swerve and stuff. I'm sorry. Yeah, my mind slips every now and then, but that's all right. Because how fast I try to go with the results and stuff, like trying to keep up with it, because I don't want to get stressed out with Collision and MLW at the same time and stuff. So yeah, that's why I'm trying to keep them separate. Just like I said earlier, yeah, Collision in the morning and MLW later on and stuff. So yeah, anyway, well, we also had the number 1 contenders match for the AEW World Trials Championship at All in London happening. Yeah, so yeah, and what we also had right here was the House of Black with Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, and Brody King and stuff. And really, it felt like to me that this show had like a real thing for tag team matches, for like doing tag teams and stuff, because I think like so far I've already counted like 3 tag teams in this show so far that happened and stuff, you could say. So yeah, so that's that right there. The House of Black, Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, and Brody King versus the Bang Bang Gang. Juice Robinson, the Guns, with Austin and Colton and stuff. Yeah, this is right here's where Christian Cage was the special guest referee and stuff. And I guess you could say it was kind of funny how Christian Cage was just handling the stuff, because like a friend of mine said that he was just counting 1, 2, 3s like real quickly and stuff. It got even more funnier later on in this match right here and stuff. So yeah, you get Nagel saying that who's going to face the patriarchy, and we're gonna have to find out now and stuff in that situation and stuff. So we have the Bang Bang Gang, triple teaming Buddy with the flurry of offense and stuff before Juice cracked Buddy with the headbutt. And not only that, Matthews crawled to his corner, making the tag to Malachi, as Malachi used a leg sweep on Juice Robinson before Brody, rocketed out of the ring and wiped out the Bang Bang Gang with the top suicida, before we have Juice just jabbing at Brody and stuff right there. And I could tell you, like, because if you look back further enough and also recall it, you may have noticed that like Adam Copeland was facing against Malachi Black that one time during Double or Nothing, which was my favorite moment right there, because I know, like, Adam Copeland, he tied Malachi Black to that one table that one time, and then he like went up the cage and he just like dropped right on him like pretty hard. That was like a really good Double or Nothing show. It was pretty hardcore. It's like that moment changed me as a little bit as a wrestling fan, because it was real convincing, you could say. Before, we also have Brody just rocketing out of the ring and wiping out the Bang Bang Gang with the tope suicida. So we also have Juice just jabbing at Brody before Colton drop kick Brody and stuff again. Where Juice just also splashed Malachi with the cannonball in the corner and stuff before Brody got blasted, with the 3 to 10. 3 minute, 10 minute, no, 3 minute, 10 second mark to Yuma, but Buddy jumped in to. Is that what? Wait, is that what it's supposed to be? Wait, no. Yeah, I'll just call it the 310. To Yuma, but we get Buddy just jumping in to break up the pin attempt before Black wiped out Austin with the end kick and stuff before Colton nailed Black with the spinning neck breaker before Brody walloped Colton, with the boss man slam right there and stuff. As we also have Juice spike Brody with the DDT right there. I've also noticed that they've been using the DDT pretty often right there because I just love how they'd use that move. I thought it was because also I can't wait for Willow Nightingale and Ishii versus Stokely and Statlander right there because that would sound interesting because some people do seem to look forward to that as well and stuff. And that's and what else was there? Oh, that's right. Yeah, Brody got blasted to Yuma and stuff with Buddy jumping in to break up the pin attempt before Black wiped out Austin with the end kick, like I said earlier, and Colton nailed Black with the spinning neck breaker before Brody walloped Colton with the boss man slam with Juice spiking Brody with the DDT, like I said earlier as well. So anyway, you could say both teams were down for the count and stuff as Christian began to do the 10 count right there, and we have Buddy just going to his feet and stuff, but Christian Cage just speared him right there and stuff, calling for the bell and stuff. So I guess that's the moment where, despite being a referee, Christian Cage just decided to attack him right there, and I just found it a little bit humorous in my opinion. I thought it was funny how he was just doing that. Like, it's just what a very unusual referee. That's the thing. Because that's the thing. You could say he was being a screwball as a referee and stuff, just like raising his arms in the air and stuff. Like what the heck is going on here? Like stuff. So and that's the thing. Like I also saw Christian Cage just hitting him with chairs and stuff. It's like he completely forgot that he was supposed to be the referee. You could say like what the heck is this? That's exactly like what's going on here? It's just like very unusual. Like because I noticed that like Collision like never done that before. Like why have a Christian Cage as a special guest referee? That's what I want to know. So that's the reason why Tony Schiavone was asking what happened here and stuff. As we get the patriarchy members rushing into the ring and stuff, where we have the patriarchy assaulting both teams with steel chairs and stuff. And that's where Nigel practically says this seems to have worked out in the favor of the patriarchy and stuff. With Tony Schiavone yelling out, "Look at this!" They're trying to take out all the teams and stuff, and take out all the competition, you could say, and stuff. So just like what I was told, man. Cage was being a real screwball as a referee and stuff. Real screwball. That's the thing. Stuff with Schiavone yelling out, "Look at." So I guess that pretty much concluded the rest of the show. Because what happened right there, that's what concluded the show right there, because this was the main event that was happening right here and stuff. And I think this show, I honestly don't know whether I've had a hard time deciding whether I should have given this an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. Honestly, it was really hard to decide. That's the thing right there. Because I think Christian Cage, he did screw he did screw some people over, to get his hands on the match like that. Like what the hell? That shows you right there. Like a very, very different fucking Collision, you could say. So anyway, that's that right there. So I guess I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 anyway, or no, not. I'm gonna try to give it a 9 out of 10 anyway, because if there wasn't a freaking swash match, man, I would give it a 10 out of 10. But okay, but that's 9 out of 10, and that's so still a decent show in my opinion and stuff. I think still decent. Or no, just F it. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because there's multiple, because how things were going. So I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. That's okay. I'm deciding it right there. I'm just gonna give it an 8 out of 10 right there. Even though what do I say? even though a number of people would most likely give this a 7 out of 10 and stuff. And yep, I don't know, somewhere between a 7 or 8 out of 10, you could say. So okay, or I'm just gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because like just screw it or something. So anyway, that's all I have to say for this video. I hope all you people are doing fine in the future and stuff. And yep, and I also hope that the people enjoy the content that I'm giving and stuff. So yeah, this is Red Lightning Boa, and I want to say rock out and be there, guys. Rock out and be there. Instead of saying peace out and take care, it's rock out and be there on my channel, not the other channel, you could say. So yeah, that's that. So bye bye. That's all I have to give.